here in the studio with me, keeping an eye on these pictures, and hopefully we'll be sharing some of his thoughts, is Galip Dalay from the Sharq Forum. Now, as we watch these pictures, Galip, there's a little bit of showmanship here. There's a little bit of show business, isn't there?
Well, it is. I mean, in the end, one of the purpose of this is to create once again this national unity, national reconciliation, because right after this coup attempt, one of the things that this coup attempt has unleashed is the Turkey put aside, most of the Turkey, both at the political level but at the societal level, people, they put aside their previous disagreements, their previous disputes, etc., and then they said, they came forward as a united against the coup. So in a sense, in recent years, we have talked about Turkey more in terms of political polarization, social polarization, and it seems, particularly from outside, that there was few areas of agreement or few islands of agreement between different political components, social components. So taking a stance against the coup has become one of the few common denominator of both Turkish political class and the social class. So basically, with this rally, the political class is building upon what has already taken at the elite level and turning this into a big, a big rally to demonstrate that what is this, this cooperation at the elite level is also being reflected through the societal level as well.
With the sheer numbers and this estimated number of 2.5 million Turkish flags which have been given out, we can see most of them on the screen now, it seems to
exactly.
me. With the sheer numbers, this isn't just about the political class, it's not just about the elite anymore, is it?
No, it's, I mean, as you see here, there is no the flag of any particular political party, and this is on purpose for because here you have the Prime Minister, also the Chairman of the AK Party, you have the Speaker of Parliament, you have the Chairman of the main opposition secular CHP, the Republican People Party, you have the Nationalist, the Chairman of the Nationalist Party, Nationalist Movement Party, you have ex-President Abdullah Gül, you have ex-Prime Minister, etc., and you have the President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. So it is purposefully, and here right now on the scene we see the Speaker of Parliament, so it is purposefully avoided any flag displaying any political party. It was intentionally chosen that it should be solely the Turkish flag to reflect the, this social reconciliation at the both political and the social level.
We touched on it earlier, but there is, of course, one political leader who's not there and one party that's not been invited.
Yeah, which is the
HDP.
HDP, the pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party. There, I mean, the main disagreement has been at two levels. One of them, right after the coup, HDP has rejected the coup, but then right after the coup, the HDP has spoken quite in a belittling manner about the people who has been occupying the street and the squares, and this created some kind of political tension between HDP and the governing AK Party. And secondly, given the links, the political links or the social sympathy between the HDP and the PKK, which is designated as a terrorist organization by Turkey, and given the fact that even after the coup attempt, the clashes between this PKK and the Turkish armed forces is continuing, that has created some sensitivities to invite the HDP to join this rally. But nevertheless, both the Prime Minister and also the President has thanked them for their cooperation and mentioned this a few times.
Because these pictures are so striking in the sheer numbers of people who've come to Istanbul this evening, is there a danger when these pictures are being shown right across Turkey and right across the world that there will be some areas in Turkey who will feel that they are not included?
Well, I think two things. One of them, I mean, the area will be the HDP social base, because in the end, the HDP social base will feel or probably if their party was represented there, this would have been much more inclusive. But right now, the picture, as you see from here, is particularly at the social level, it is the Turkish flag, not any political parties. Well, there is a spearheading party. Well, there is a leading party. It is obvious that the governing AKP party is spearheading it because it is the governing party which has been which has experienced the coup attempt primarily. But on the other hand, if you look at the right across Turkey from the pro-Kurdish dominated Diyarbakir, which is one of the largest Kurdish city in Turkey, to Istanbul, to Izmir, to Erzurum, and all across the country, the rejection and the rallies against the coup has been ubiquitous, has been all over the place. So there isn't a single city in which the rally against the coup has not taken place. Here, as I said, the only thing that missing in this picture is the HDP. As I said, for the aforementioned reasons, there was sensitivities towards inviting HDP to rally. So that might create some kind of unhappiness and some kind of exclusion at the HDP's social base.
In terms of the extraordinary events over the last 3 weeks, do you sense that there is a political shift? There's a fundamental shift in Turkey, in the people, in the voters, but also in the political circles?
Well, the shift is that, first and foremost, at a societal level, because Turkey has been a country that has experienced many coups. So since 1960s up until now, Turkey has experienced 4 successful coups and also many failed coups as well.
Let me come back to you. We're just showing pictures of President Erdogan who's arrived, and he will be speaking at the end of the evening. So he has now arrived and probably is about to be introduced onto the stage where the majority of this vast crowd in Istanbul will be able to see him. So he's arriving with his wife. He's walking up slowly towards the entrance to that stage, and I expect, Galip, that he is probably going to be the speaker that will be welcomed more than anyone this evening. I mean, he's likely to be the star of the show this evening, isn't he?
Well, indeed, he is going to be the star of the show this evening. Because the coup, he was the #1 target of the coup, and the people is not regarding the coup as against everyone, but primarily the coup had a target. He survived an assassination attempt, so he was on the list of the people that either to be taken hostage or to be killed. So therefore, right now, it created a rally. It created a sense of it galvanized people to rally around also his image, President Erdogan's image. This was not only confined to the previous AK Party supporters. You see across the political spectrum, people joining, each other to go for this evening guarding of the presidential complex, in which you have the songs that is being recited from the nationalist, from the nationalist parties, songs or the secular songs, etc. So yes, he is going to be the star of the show this evening.
He's looking pretty relaxed. He's not even wearing a tie. It is Sunday after all, but he's looking pretty relaxed. He's known for his skills in terms of speaking and oration. I mean, what do you expect him? What message do you expect him to give to people? Not just the many hundreds of thousands in front of him, but obviously people across Turkey this evening.
Well, I think the first one will be the emphasis on this social reconciliation and the social unison that we have experienced and seen in the aftermath of this coup attempt. I think he's going to emphasize it, he's going to underscore it, and he is going to probably, demand a new political consensus to be built upon what has already taken place at the societal level. And one of the more obvious, more concrete fruits of this political cohesion will be, or the political cooperation will be, a new constitution. A thing that has been going on for decades in Turkey, a promise that has been made by almost every single political leader in the country since the 1980s coup, but a promise that still remains unfulfilled.
And do you think the levers, the gears now can shift on this, and he will be able to demand that, probably?
Well, I mean, he has already demanded that. He has already voiced it when he met with the leader of the different political parties, because he also met the leaders of the different political party at the presidential complex in Ankara as well too. He has emphasized this in some of his TV interviews as well. It's very likely that he's going to also demand same thing tried. So I think like he's going to find receptive ears, particularly after this coup attempt. He's going to find more receptive ears that he could have found, let's say like a month ago. But still, we are yet to know whether Turkey's political class could come together on a framework or a draft constitution that they agree upon. Because in the end, the difference between different political parties is real and quite significant when it comes to quite many big questions regarding the identity of the country, regarding the political system of the country. Here there are quite many areas of differences and area of friction between different political parties. But nevertheless, after this coup attempt, we are experiencing a new atmosphere, and the president is very likely to want to build upon it and to want to contribute into delivering a new constitution.
Well, let's see what he will be saying later on. Galip, Dalay, for the time being, thank you. Stay with us.